Hey guys, it's Mr. Moki Moki, and it's finally here. We finally have Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. It's finally out, and I'm gonna be reviewing it. Um, I know I used to review Arc 5, and then I kind of fell off of it, but that's because it stopped interesting me, and I was right to stop reviewing it because it would have pissed me off. But Arc 5 was nothing compared to what we're getting in this series right now, because there's so much hype revolved around it. There's so much details in the art design and everything that I just love. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I want to talk about the opening first, but I think I'm gonna talk about that last. So right now, we have so many questions, and surprisingly, we have such a foundation for this episode. We should have a foundation for this episode. It's the first episode, but so much so that this, I think, is the first Yu-Gi-Oh episode where we don't really get the first initial duel. And sure, it starts at the end where everything is getting ready and set up, but the only real duel that we have is we get to see clips of people dueling, and it's confirmed that Xyz monsters are in the universe because people have already pointed this out. There's Zodiacs in this universe, so that's cool. And there's people also seen Evil Swarms, so that was awesome. But yeah, and then we've seen Playmaker or Yusaku duel against the Knights of Hanoi, and he was using Link Slayer, but that literally lasted maybe 10 seconds, where he attacked the hack worm and the duel was already over. So I don't really count that. But either way, we had so much information bombarded with us in this episode, and it felt like it went by so quickly, which is a good thing actually, because when it goes by quickly, it means that you're really enjoying it and you're really absorbed in the story. So I was pretty happy about that. And I'm so excited for next week's episode. But I'll get right into it. We start off by learning about these AIs, I guess the Cyverse people, but there's 6 of them, and the main one that we know of is Ignis, or the main one that we've been introduced to, which is Yusaku's, I guess, going to be partner in crime. There's not much known about them, none other than they're wanted by Soul Technology and by the Knights of Hanoi. So we don't know a lot, but I guess we'll get into, or I guess we're not supposed to know a lot. But there's 5 others, and I'm pretty sure that they'll probably be giving each individual character some power. I have a feeling, and because of the opening, more than likely the green one is probably going to end up with Revolver, and the reason, because of the opening. But he could end up with the red one actually, but yeah, we'll see. Next, we learn this happened 5 years ago, which is weird to me because we see Revolver, and then 5 years nothing's changed. Nothing about his appearance has changed, but then again, it could be his artificial reality identity. So, I mean, there's that. But it just seems weird to me that it took 5 years for this to happen. I wonder what the significance is. But we learn about our hero, Yusaku. And right off the bat, I have to say, it's not that I'm unimpressed with him. I just hope that we don't end up having a fully stoic main character throughout the whole series. I understand that Yuya and Yuma might have been too emotional for other people, but it's not I don't like that emotion. I do. I actually prefer a more emotional character than I do a very stoic character that doesn't develop. And there's that problem with Yusei, where he's very stoic, but he has a great backstory, but yet he doesn't develop as a character, and he doesn't really have a very emotional development throughout the story. He kind of just stays the same. He's kind of a brick wall essentially, and I don't want that for Yusaku. I want him to feel emotions, and I want him to grow as a person. which he might, which I'm actually hoping for. I will say that I'm liking the world. I'm liking the designs. I'm a big fan of the music. The opening and the ending are both great, like, songs. The ending like visuals are just kind of like pictures to me. Like they're not amazing. The ending didn't wow me as much as I thought that the opening wowed me. And I said I wouldn't talk about the opening yet, so I'll fucking stop talking. Uh, but yeah, so we learn about Charisma Duelist. We already know this. We learn about Yusaku's classmate, Noiki, I think his name is. He serves to be our information guy who like tells us everything. Who has his dual disc, this new dual disc that has all this information on it. Has his cards digitally. And so much so that this dual disc is able to activate the classroom's chalkboard. I'm guessing, like, obviously it's like a whiteboard that has digital implications, but I guess all dual discs can be connected to it, and he's just able to turn it on and be connected to it and show Yusaku all of this stuff, which is weird to me. And then he goes on to say that Yusaku has an old dual disc that still uses like actual playing cards, while cards now have digital, like they're just digitally downloaded, I guess. Which I'm wondering how much of a significance that's going to play into the story that Yusaku has this old dual disc. I understand that Ignis gets trapped inside of it. So the only thing that I can think of right now is that it's probably going to come up to this one of these joke episodes where the dual disc gets like stolen, but it's actually like somebody actually gave Yusaku a gift, the new dual disc. So he's like, "Oh, you don't have to use this old dual disc anymore. You have this new one." And Yusaku's like, "Oh no shit, I need that dual disc because the fucking Ignis is in that shit." But yeah, we learn that Yusaku wants revenge, which is new for a protagonist. I think some people already knew that. I know I knew that, but we didn't know. I don't think we didn't know really why he wants revenge. Apparently, he was talking about his past and the hot dog vendor's guy's brother, and he wants vengeance on the person who took away his past and the hot dog vendor's brother. So we don't know who that is. We don't know if it's the Knights of Hanoi or Soul Technologies, or it could be a totally different person. It's probably going to be a totally different enemy, honestly. But yeah, so that's interesting. So when he first said it, I was just like, you're missing your past. Like, are you talking about your memories, or are you talking about something was taken from you from your past? And it turns out that it might be his memories, because at the end we learn about the Ignis giving him the power to ride a data storm or something like that. It's a little confusing, but it's a data storm. He's riding this board now, and the way that he gets on, it was a little upsetting to me how he just naturally like doesn't react to this board. He just gets on. He's just natural about it. He's completely fine. It ends the episode like in a badass way. No complaining there. But I thought at the end I was just like, why was there no like this is supposed to be a surprising thing. Like, why does he have no emotion towards this? But in the preview, which is kind of the saving grace here, the preview he says, "Have I done this before?" So it's pretty obvious now that he's talking about his memories. His memories might have been wiped. And he doesn't enjoy dueling either. So that was interesting to me, because as a kid we get to see Yusaku as a kid for a brief moment, and it might be something where he used to enjoy dueling, and then I guess something happened where he just doesn't enjoy dueling anymore. But either way, he's on a mission now. I don't know what he needs Ignis for, if it's just to stop Soul Technology, or if it's just to stop the Knights of Hanoi, or it's just to hinder them both. Obviously, he's against them both, but we're not really sure what their reasons are. Like, I know that the Knights of Hanoi want to destroy the Cyverse or something, and this is another thing, right? They're talking about the Cyverse, and like this time, like I'm thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Wise, and I'm just like, So is the Yu-Gi-Oh type of monster a threat or what? But it seems like they're just talking about the world that like Ignis's people are from or something like that. They need to destroy it, but Ignis has this memory or this information. We got a lot of information here, guys, and I really want to like address all of it, but I feel like I should just focus on the important parts. Um, and it's good. It's good. We get a lot of foundation in this one episode for next week's episode, and it's kind of sucks because I really wanted to see a duel, but like at the same time, I'm actually really happy that we're world building. We're already world building, and we learned so much in this one episode that you want to know more. Like there's this mystery, like what's Yusaku's past? What's his goal? What's the Knights of the Hanoi's goal? What's everything, right? And then yeah, what's this hot dog vendor have to do with it? What does Aoi's brother have to do with this bishop guy and Soul Technologies? Like what do they want? Like what is it about? But it's all relating over to Ignis, and like Ignis is the pivotal point of this story, and I think that's like it's good. It's good. No complaints from me. I'm just hoping for Yusaku's sake, like we get to see more emotion. We get to see more like struggles with his character, and I think it's good that we have Ignis on at his side because Ignis seems to be like the comic relief character. So I feel like since Ignis is at Yusaku's side, we might be able to see more. Ignis as a character might be able to pull more emotion from Yusaku himself. But yeah, as for the Knights of Hanoi, they all look the same except for Revolver. I don't know how Revolver like went 5 years without changing. But yeah, they all look the same. They all seem to use the same deck. So it's obvious to me that these guys are the fodder of the series, the duelist fodder. They're probably, yeah, I guess you could say they're like the Obelisk Force from Arc V or Arc 5. But yeah, yeah, not surprising, I guess. They're probably just going to be fodder for the future. They all seem to be using like hack worms, and like they're probably all going to be using like cracking dragons. Going on to that though, the world that inside Vrains seems to be similar to like the world that was built with Zeal when they put on the Scouters, but also like solid vision. So they made like a virtual reality that you can like transport to, and if you get killed by a monster, that means your account is deleted, I guess. They didn't really go too far into that, but like we see like a cracking dragon going around and erasing everybody's like characters in the thing. Obviously, they're not dead, I don't think, because I don't think we're rushing that quickly into the darkness of the series yet. But yeah, it seems like this artificial world, if you get destroyed or killed by a person in that world, I guess it means that your account is deleted or it's just temporarily down. Yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll get more answers. Like I have so many questions myself, and I'm just trying to stay focused here. But I'm actually really excited. I think that's it for the episode. Really, I really want to get into the opening. In the opening, I really want to address the beginning where we see the Millennium Eye, and then afterward we see Yusaku's like AI form in this like blue form, and then the light flashes. And then we see 6 glowing bird-like figures in different colors. For me, I thought at the same time, like thinking about it before I watched the episode, I rewatched that scene like a few times, and there were 6 birds, and we have 6 protagonists that throughout the Yu-Gi-Oh series. And at first, I thought like, wow, is that like Yusaku the green bird flying with the rest of the main cast from the past Yu-Gi-Oh series? Like, was that like him flying with Yugi, Jaden, Yusei, Yuma, and Yuya? And I thought that would have been really cool because we just seen the Millennium Eye to symbolize like, the original Yu-Gi-Oh, and then it seemed like it was Yusaku now flying on his journey because now it's his journey's going on and going to with Jaden, Yusei, Yugi, Yuya, and Yuma. Like that was awesome. But now it's starting to think like that those birds are just the AIs, the same as Ignis's. But the thing that makes me think that it's not is because Ignis is purple, and the bird that Yusaku is is represented by is the green bird, and so he doesn't have the green AI. That's not his. That's Ignis. Another thing that I want to talk about though, and it seems like Ignis and Decode Talker are very like interconnected. Um, it really seems like Ignis in the next episode is going to give him access to Decode Talker, and um, even in the opening, they really play on Decode Talker more than Firewall Dragon. And Firewall Dragon has really seemed. I'm not sure if you guys have been paying attention to the promotion of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, but Firewall Dragon has barely gotten any promotion. And he's barely been designed either. Like, he doesn't look like a very well designed ace monster. Like, he has not gotten as much promotion as Odd Eyes, Pendulum Dragon, Stardust Dragon, or even Utopia has. I can understand not Neos because Neos wasn't introduced until like the late second season, but we're looking at an ace monster here. We know that Firewall Dragon is supposed to be the ace because he has 2,500 attack, and that's always been the symbol of it. But Decode Talker, we were introduced to Decode Talker first, and they said that was his ace as well. Um, or and yeah, like they introduced Decode Talker first, and even in the opening, all of the promotion, it's always been Decode Talker. And this is the thing, though, too. I'm not mad about that because Decode Talker's design is really good to me. Like, I really like his design. Um, in fact, I was actually hoping that Decode Talker was going to be Yusaku's ace because I was kind of tired from dragons from Arc 5. There was a lot of dragons in there. Um, and for Firewall, I was just like, oh, God, another dragon as an ace. But at the same time, I'm looking at Decode Talker, and he's getting like all of the love. And not like I mind that because he looks fucking badass. And even in the opening, he's he's in front of Firewall Dragon. Like Firewall Dragon shows up for a moment, and then for Decode Talker, he's going up against Revolver's dragon. It's not even Revolver's dragon. Like there's some other kind of dragon that he has because it's silhouetted. Obviously, I think that one's gonna be created by the AI as well. And the reason why I think Revolver's getting the green one is because it has the green energy, while Decode Talker has the purple energy similar to Ignis. So there's something there, but it's not topological bomber dragon like we know that Revolver has because it's shown with him in the opening and it's been confirmed. Like topological bomber dragon. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure, but we know that's with him. But for whatever reason, the 3,000 attack monster and the 2,500 attack monster are not being showcased as the main thing. The main thing here is Decode Talker. And it's making me think that maybe we'll see a change in evolution, and you guys can disagree with me if you want. Because it might be a change in evolution to where which ace monster is going to evolve. And maybe both are going to evolve together. And so what I was thinking was that maybe we're going to see something where Firewall Dragon and Decode Talker end up becoming like one link monster where maybe like Firewall Dragon breaks apart and this is me fanboying right now. Fucking Firewall Dragon fucking breaks apart and becomes new armor for Decode Talker. And I'm just like fucking like salivating right now because that'd be fucking wicked. Or even like Decode Talker mounting like Firewall Dragon on his back and he becomes like a Dragon Knight, like something like Dragon Master Knight where Blackluster Soldier is on fucking thing's back, but we're on Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon's back. So yeah, that's I don't know. I'm getting far ahead of myself right now because I'm trying to think about the future, and I'm just really excited because I'm excited to start doing these reviews now. I'm like, the series looks like it's gonna be fucking incredible, and I'm hoping it holds strong. Um, like Arc 5 started strong, but then it just got weaker and weaker. Same for 5Ds. 5Ds got strong, but then after the Dark Signers arc, it got really weak. Zeo started weak, but it finished strong. Um, so it's that. So we're starting strong. We've got a lot of information. We're building a good foundation. The important thing is now is, can we keep that strength going for a long time? And that's going to be the real test. Like, we got all of these questions. We got this mystery. We got this character with a backstory. He wants to figure it out. He has a goal. We want to see it through. So now we want to make sure that, what we're investing in is worth investing in. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you have any questions, if you have anything to add, please let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys there. Peace.